Well, hi there, everybody. Welcome back to FM Projects, and here we are with the biggest game so far of this save as we take on Beijing University. They talk a lot about some sort of Super Sunday we had a couple days ago, but this for us is the true super matchup. This is probably the biggest matchup that we have this season, and we win this, I think that is really all downhill from here, and this will be a much more entertaining and interesting save than the one we had before. We have an interesting squad here for you today. Zhang Yan, the other goalkeeper, is starting. This is because Ho Yu, who recently came back from injury, looks like he may be a little bit injury prone. Also hasn't impressed very much in the last couple of matches. Everybody on the squad wants more depth in goal. We're looking for it. It's not easy to find Chinese goalkeepers that don't suck. Zhang Jianyi back here on the left-hand side, our record signing, is back in. Ye Jie, one of our born leaders, is back with Paulson. Barnaby really wanted to start, where is he? Torres, but I think we're going to give him a little bit of a breather here today. Junin Ho starts here on the right side. Wade is back in along with Mr. Kwon, who's back for us again after suspension. Only a one-game suspension for him, so I feel kind of fortunate for that. Tang Xin-chung up here along with Guo Yi. And then we have Para, of course, alongside Kim Kung-jin, our young North Korean masterful striker. And we'll see how many goals we can score today. If we can even score goals today, I have no idea how we match up against Beijing University. This is one that I'm actually a little bit concerned about. You can see it's a fairly large crowd that we have here at home. And except for up there in that corner, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I guess nobody wants the cheap seats. But yeah, we do have quite a somewhat impressive crowd here at home. I'm hoping that we have a little bit over 20,000. I guess we'll see in the end. This is the top of the table matchup, and this is a really, really big matchup early here in the season. And we're hoping for a good performance from us. I guess actually as we look a little closer to the crowd, it doesn't look as impressive as I thought, but that's okay. No problem. We'll give them all a show. I don't think this is on television, so if they're not watching it here, then they're going to have to go on to YouTube and see this way what's happened. And Mr. Kwon pushes it up to Tang Xingcheng, not able to find him, and that's dealt with easily by Beijing University. And there is little set piece there on our part. I'm going to let's see here. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. That's a little bit better. There we go. And on we go forwards in this match. My apologies for that, as I'm trying to still play around a little bit with OBS and figure out what the right setting is. Para had a very good breakthrough there on goal, just not able to get that shot down, but it's all right. We're only 3 minutes into this match, and here's where I worry, as we give up a free kick in a very offensive area for Beijing University. They still have the ball, and our defenders are kind of running around back and forth. Juninho finally is able to get around on it, and it's back over to Zhang Jianyi, who's got room to run, and up he comes over to Guo Yi, back to Zhang Jianyi back to Wade. Back to Zhang Jianyi now. He's in a position for a cross. He has a little kind of dinker cross, little blooper for a cross. That's not what we want to see. Tang Xingcheng is fouled in the box, no call, and Mr. Kwon is able to get a foot on it. Back to Tang Xingcheng, who gets his revenge, and that's a beautiful shot by Tang Xingcheng. It's that back corner all the way, and I think he was upset about getting fouled and not getting the call on that one, and boy, he really made his frustrations known. That was very, very well done. There he is right there, and I mean, he's in behind the defense, and there's no way they're going to catch him, and it's 1-0 Yanbian, and we're not even 5 minutes into this match, and so far, so good. We're doing all right. This is what we like to see. Now, let's just hope that we can continue to pile the pressure on and not give Beijing University a chance to get back into this match, because they know how to score goals, too. They've been scoring goals for fun here in this league. This is not one of these little patsy teams that we've been playing, every single week. Or every single match. This is a much more impressive team. Guo Yi now with it, back to Mr. Kwon, over to Wade. And it winds up with both of the strikers, a little bit of pinball going on there. Neither one of them can really get control of it. And we have that worry again about potential counterattack. It goes back here in the end to Xu Zhenning, who plays one-on-one with his man on the left side. We're able finally to get it once they sent it to the midfield, and Para had a little bit of a chance on goal, but not really. this is where we're starting to see the difference, right? We can't just sort of like walk the ball in behind their defense. They actually are mounting a defense, which is something we're not used to. Mr. Kwon now grabs it out of our own area, walks it out himself up to Para, and over to Tang Xincheng. We really have some. This Tang Xincheng has been quite good for us in the few matches he started. This was a good finding for us. Paulson now has it, controls over to Mr. Kwon. Mr. Kwon over to Wade. And Wade again finds Tang Xincheng, and he's found Kim Kung-jin, who unfortunately hits it square into the abdomen of the keeper. But that was a really, really good thought here on this offensive progression. I mean, Chu Wenyi has to be happy that he ended up in the right space. If he was, maybe a foot or two to the left or to the right, that's an easy goal. And now we're in trouble again, and Zhang Yan is equal to the task on that free kick. But that's the sort of thing that really kind of gives me the jitters. Don't want to see a lot of that happening. Guoyi now, as we have the free kick in a offensive area, and he just takes a shot at it and forces the save. That gives us a corner, and now we see how we do with our corner kicks here. Guoyi is going to take this. And it's up and over to Zhang Jianyi, and he puts a hand on it, and that's that. And so far, so good. I mean, 1-0 lead. It could be a lot better, naturally, and I do get concerned and nervous when we're not dominating. But even when we're dominating, I get nervous about this team from time to time. And Liu Meng is in here behind the defense, and Paulson ends up conceding the corner. We'll concede that one, I guess, but you never know what's going to happen in these set pieces, and I'm a little bit worried as we see that the match momentum is starting to swing in their favor. Para is back and equal to the task to get that one out of there. I'm wondering why Para is playing so far back on that. Anyway, it ends up being sort of an exploded kick by Beijing University, and we're able in the end to work our way around it. And here was that movement forward by Liu Meng, and that was just a good job by Paulson to get back on that. That's why we have him. We like to have these quick central defenders who can get back like that. Guoyi now with the free kick over to find Paulson, who's just not in the right area to take that. But it was a good thought. Yeje now and cannot find Mr. Kwon. And Yeje fortunately stays back and is able to work that one out of trouble, out of the danger area. But Beijing University is coming back and continue to maintain possession. Yeje now with it, and he works it up slowly, which is what we want to see. Back again to Zhang Jianyi. Zhang Jianyi now takes it forward back to Yeje and over to Wade as we reset back to Yeje, over to Paulson. Back to Mr. Kwon, now over to Junin Ho. And he's got his man, and Kim Kung-jin is fouled, clearly fouled as he runs up forward for that. That is a penalty, and this is going to be Mr. Kwon to take it, I think. Yes, Mr. Kwon. Kwon Hyuk-kyu comes back up, and that one is saved by the keeper. Mr. Kwon has a shot at it again from an angle. That's a kind of bizarre place to shoot it from, Mr. Kwon. I'm not sure what you're doing. This is a good save by the keeper. He just guesses right. Mr. Kwon then tries to send it in from the angle and winds up hitting the crossbar. So we can see that this match started off well for us, but we're starting to have a few little jitters here, and we might need to make a couple of changes. And I can see two strikers who are not playing very well at all. And let's put in Rovaglia. We'll put in Huang Bowen as well. He's not feeling happy, of course. Mr. Kwon is having an absolutely awful game. A real stinker of a game for him. So we'll put in Tongjian as well. And hope we can get away with making these 3 changes here at halftime. I'm a little bit worried about this. This is not going out, not turning out the way that we wanted to. I say that Mr. Kwon is playing poorly. I know that rating is down because of his missed penalty, but really, I mean, he wasn't doing much in midfield before then anyway. Usually he's right at the center of things, and today hasn't been any of that at all. I mean, there's been a few passes that have tried to go his way, and there's been a couple of missed pass or poor passes by him. Rovaglia, and he has his man right here. He needs to look over for Huang Bowen, who is in an excellent position for a little cross, instead of trying to do it himself. This is one of the problems that we have with and Huang Bowen takes another one of these weird shots from angle. I don't think he was expecting their keeper to run so far out of the box. That was unfortunately a wasted opportunity to go up 2-0. I was about to say this is the problem with lack of cohesion. It's like we don't really remember that we have other players on the squad. Tang Xingcheng now, who has been playing quite well today, over to Guoyi and Rovaglia, and that was a good thought. Just not able to get that one down far enough, but we like to see that. We want to see more of that sort of thing, and we like to see shots from that close in. Huang Bowen now back to Jininho. Back in, and I'm not sure who that was looking for, but the keepers weren't equal to the task, and he grabs that one, plucks that one straight from the sky, as if he's taking an apple off the apple tree. Back to Jininho now to Songjun, and he's got Rovaglia, and I think he's onside. And looks like he is. Rovaglia now back to Goyi, and he just explodes on that one and can't get that one down. And onwards we go. And the more that we go without another goal, the more nervous I get because, like I said, they do have a good team, and we can see that they have a good team. And we're getting the ball in good areas. I know that the XG looks good, but you have to remember that a lot of that comes from that penalty that was missed. And Paulson there on that free kick, and he's, again, just not able to get it down. These players are young, and because they're young, they'll make mistakes from time to time. And, it's not always that easy. And there's Paulson in there with that goal, first goal of the season for him. And he dances a little jig. And this was just an excellent cross, I think, there by Guoyi. That's basically all there is to it. I don't know how many headers Paulson has missed so far in this match, but you knew that he was going to hit one of these times. And here we are with Beijing University in a danger area. They can get back in this match with this corner if we're not careful. Zhang Yan, unfortunately, is able to get to that. I don't know if Hoyu actually makes that stop or not. That's an excellent, excellent stop on a header by Sun Kai there that was in a real dangerous area. And now we just sort of hope that we can ride the rest of this time out. I don't care necessarily so much about keeping a clean sheet, but I know that if they score once, they can get that momentum behind them, and they can score twice, and then we're really in trouble. We want to win. We want to win every match. That little blip of a highlight was nothing. I didn't even have time to say anything about it. It's Hongjin now with a shot, and that's kicked out for a corner, and we have another opportunity here with yet another set piece in a very dangerous area. Huang Bowen's going to take this, and he takes his time, kicks it up and forwards, and they're going to say that Zhang Jianyi pushed off, and so there's that. You can see it clearly, by the way. You can see his little hands sort of pushing, though I don't think that the other player was near him. Animation in FM23 is actually quite good. I'm very, very impressed, especially comparing it with other sports games of similar genres. And I know it's not the latest FIFA game, but the latest FIFA game might not be quite as good as you think anyway. Now we're back on our heels here as we try to ride this one out, and Yeja's there equal to the task and gets it out. Not a very good clearance from him, but it doesn't matter in the end. That's the final whistle, and that does that. We come off with the big win, 2-0, and we are at the top of the league. And we have a little bit of room to relax and breathe here. And I sure hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more of these. We'll have one of these every day. And let me know in the comments what you think, what you're doing, what's going on, and all of that. And we'll hope that we can get Mr. Kwon turned around a little bit here and maybe have a little bit more dominance in our next match. And until then, I will see you later.